joking time. So why? So we're gonna tell some jokes, and then so why did the pig why did the pig eat a seed? To grow more pigs. Okay, your turn. What? Why did the cow go to sleep? Oh, because it wanted some Z's in its name. Okay, why do glue stick? Because glue is sticky fun. Why does lipstick chap? Because lipstick is chapstick. Why did Mr. Potato Head get eaten by a shark? Because he smells good. Okay, let's tell a story of Bill Gates really quick, okay? So, Bill Gates, the funniest story in the world of Bill Gates. In Passion Pudding, we mentioned it, remember? Once upon a time, Bill Gates ate a plastic wrap. Why? Because he wanted to save the world. And then he dumped himself in a cheesecake, and he was like, wow, so much cheese. And he licked his entire face, and he didn't brush his teeth when he woke up, so then he was like, then he put mud all over his face, and then he just put poop all over his face, and I was like, oh, I don't like. And remember, it's not the Bill Gates, that's the billionaire who's a really nice guy. I like him because he helps poor people. But this is just a story. But also, this was also a billionaire, and he helped lots of poor people who are named Monkey Head Pooh. And then he put mud all over his face, and people gave him money. And also because of a pizza carnival. Also, then one time we done a head surgery, so just like cut off his face, and we put it. No. And so then he just like was on some relaxing bathe in Yellowstone, and then he was like, it was actually a volcano, and he was like, so good. And then he was like, and then he was like, put mud all over his face, and then ate a building, and then he was like, oh, it's so bad. Can't even swim. So then he got out, but then he almost melted because of how much strong winds it was outside. And then, but he was now his ice cube, and then a person just got a hammer and was saying, oh, this guy's so nice. So he just put him in some glass of Coca-Cola, and it was like, but then the water evaporated it, and it was like, hey, I'm in a glass of Coca-Cola. And he thought it was lava, and then he was like, let's fly. But then he saw Bill Gates in there, and like, no. no, I shouldn't drink it. So then he just ducked him out. Then he just jumped in a Pacific Ocean and he put mud all over his face. So then a shark came and he was like, this doesn't look like a human. Looks like some of my favorite food. And then he just like ate it. But then he was like, no, I'm human. And then the water just ducked all the mud out. And then the mud stick to the shark's face. But then he was like, ew. And then he quickly swam out. And then he ate 10 billion trees. And he was like, no, this is fat. And then to get his fatness out, he just like jump for 1,000,000 hours with nose, and he forgot to take his diving suit off, and his diving suit just melted because it was now on land, and then it also melted his shirt, and he was jumping naked, like, and also really fun. Okay, then he just ate 1,000,000 stars, and then he was like he jumped on the bed, and then when he was jumping, he forgot, oh, I'm ready, and then he just made the entire bed messy, and he was telling, let's sell this bed, it's so shiny, and then they sold it, and then people were doing like millions of bad reviews, and then this bed became famous, badly famous. It was like, no. And then people just trashed it in the trash can. And then they just tore off his bed and finded a huge brain inside, and he was like doing all that. So then he drank some alcohol and he got like, wow. Then he was like fighting with other people, and then one time he even put mud all over his face. And then he put even more, and then he just put himself on a muddy lake, and then he just in the lake there was a crocodile and hungry sharks and the hungry crocodiles, and he was like, and then he can't see it because the mud is all over his face, and the mud came on his eyes, and he ate a mud. And then vomited it a few hours later. And the vomit he done was like 1 billion vomits. And it spread all over his mouth. And it was everyone's, like it was a mall. He was in that time, in the mall. And then everyone was like, ew. And then he just like, nah. And then people are like blaming him to get out of the mall and pay 1.6 septillion. And then he just ducked into some mud, and he was like, no. And then he didn't pay it even after several hours. So then people put him in jail, and then he was like, he was licking mud to get out of jail, and he was like, and then he vomited again. Then he got out of it. And then he ate 1 million keychains and wrappers, and ate 1 tree, and he ate 1,000,000 stars, and he ate this. It got out of his body because of a vomit, and pretty much that's it. Then afterwards, he vomited $6 billion. So yeah.